Hey, Wonderhussy here. It's springtime in the Mojave Desert and all the creosote bushes are flowering. Even the little paddle cactus are flowering. It's just a beautiful time of year to be out and about exploring. And that's just what I'm doing. I'm with a friend of mine who is showing me around to some really cool volunteer cabins way out here in the middle of nowhere. Now, if you don't know what a volunteer cabin is, it's basically an old abandoned miner's cabin that volunteers, or desert rats, desert enthusiasts, off-roaders have kind of adopted and taken care of and fixed up and made very cozy in some cases. So I've been to a bunch of these cabins in the past, but there's so many of them all over the desert. You could never find them all. But when you do find one, it's really cool. You just go in. If no one's there, then first come, first serve. You can come in and stay the night. And most of them have fireplaces, like little wood burning stoves, so you can stay warm. Some of them are stocked with provisions and water. I've been to a bunch of them, and some of them are pretty rustic. Like if you watched my Russell camp or Stella's cabin video, I still don't know if I actually stayed in Russell or Stella's cabin, but I'll put the link to it up here and you can watch for yourself. That cabin was rough, but I still had a great time staying there. Then I've stayed at other cabins, like this one, that were pretty nice, really well taken care of. Today, we're going to two other cabins that I'm not gonna say the name of because I don't wanna give too much information away, but we've just come to the first one here and it looks super cool. Let's go inside and check it out. Okay, just to give you an idea, this first cabin that we're at is in the middle of a very, very remote, barren desert. No trees, no Joshua trees, even just creosote bushes. But this cabin itself looks really well built. I mean, look at the stonework. Somebody spent a lot of time doing this. All these almost like cobblestones. Really impressive for a little volunteer cabin. Remember, this is just all done by volunteers. All these stones were laid by hand out of the goodness of people's hearts. I think it's really neat. When you go to these volunteer cabins, it really restores your faith in humanity, If you just sit at home and watch the news, you'll think people are terrible, but you come to a place like this and you realize that people are okay. So here's the back door. And there's this little walkway that goes around the side here. Look at that decorative stuff on the wall. And then it looks like there's this is a lean-to here. I think this is the front door here. Because if you look, the staircase comes up here. So I'm guessing that's the front. Before we go in though, check this out. There's even this little front deck area with a fire pit. Flip that over and have a campfire in it. How nice. And then you sit out here. Oh, look, you could even put that grill over if you want to barbecue. And then you have this amazing view of the desert outside. But if it's cold and windy, kind of like it probably is going to be tonight, there's another fire pit down there too. What's cool about this cabin is where my friend is parked, there's a big flat area. So if you did have a big group, you could have tents set up down there as well and have another campfire. Anyways, like I was saying though, if it's cold and windy like it's gonna be tonight, you could sleep inside the cabin. So let's go inside and check it out. Okay, so this is just kind of like a lean-to area where there's some firewood laid in. Meanwhile, by the way, this is all done by volunteers, okay? Somebody lugged all that firewood out here, this barbecue. There's even a potty chair for people who don't want to just pee and poop in the desert. Wow, somebody kindly even left a empty Arizona iced tea can. How nice. Sweet tea. Look, an really old camp stove. Cool. And then I don't know if you can see this on the wall, but it says, "Welcome, stranger. Stay as long as you like. Please respect the rights of others. Leave things as you found them, or better." That's kind of like the ethic of these cabins. It's really cool. Just take it if you can and take good care of it. Okay, here's the first room. It's a small cabin, 2 rooms. Here's the second room. I think this is probably the main room. I don't know, maybe that is the front door, but Anyways, if it's the front door, it's the front door. If it's the back door, it's the back door. We could have come in that way. So I guess I'll start in here. Okay, first of all, we got a big American flag on the wall. A lot of cabin enthusiasts are very patriotic. We love our American deserts. Somebody hung a calendar on the wall. Over here, that thing there, I'm not going to zoom in too close on it because it says the name of the cabin. That has the rules for the cabin. Somebody actually printed up the rules for this cabin, which is basically just like clean up after yourself, bag up all your trash, carry it all out, only burn firewood in the fire pit, you know, blah, blah, blah. Or I guess in this cool wood burning stove too. Wow, that's a nice stove. Look at that. I mean, somebody came out here and hammered all this stuff up here. Isn't that neat? Look at that. A lot of work. There's even a hat rack. Look. An old mine sign, a little decoration. How freaking cool. I don't know what that chain hanging from the ceiling is. Maybe you're supposed to hang a lantern on it. Oh, look. Oh, cute. Cabin lamp. I love it. That's one of those old-timey lamps. Love it. And then this looks like... Oh, this is just like kindling for get the fire stoked. That's cool. Oh, look, there's even a fire extinguisher, some extra propane. Isn't that one of those things for like skeet shooting? Clay pigeon? I don't know. Some hats if you need to borrow a hat. So neat. I mean, the walls of this thing are even really nice. Look at that. This looks like it's been restored fairly recently. And there's curtains on the window. There's even a little curio shelf with some... There's that old beer bottle. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that old Energy Plus orange juice and honey. Oh, wow, I never even heard of that. Somebody must have found that can out in the desert and put it up here because it's so old. And there's some games, cards, poker chips if you want to hang out here and play cards. Oh, scented candles. If it stinks, if somebody's gassy. Look at this clock. Old clock somebody probably found out in the desert. So cool. Oh, and one lonely book if you need something to read. Not sure why that's there, but it could come in handy. Now this flag here in the corner, it's kind of the custom at these volunteer cabins that if you are staying at the cabin, you're supposed to raise the flag up, and then people see the flag flying, they know the cabin's occupied, right? So that way if you do want to drive away and go hiking or exploring, you can have the flag flying. People know the cabin is taken and they'll leave you alone. But we got here, the flag is not flying, so this cabin is available. So we know we can stay here if we have to, but the plan is actually to go to another cabin that's supposed to be even nicer. So I don't know though, if we have to come back here and stay here, there's no beds, but look at this concrete slab floor would be very comfortable. I'd throw my sleeping pad out and have a fire going in here, it'd be very comfortable. I have no problem if we have to come and stay here. I would actually really like it. Okay, just finishing up looking around this first room. We have a couple more old lanterns. That's a newer lantern, actually. Look at this cool sign. Remington rifles, whoa. Look, this is a local group of mine explorers. They're very active. They have really cool parties once a year out at this mine. Keep meaning to go to one of their meetups, but... Uh-oh, look at this guy. This guy looks like a bad hombre. $10,000 reward. Oh, keep an eye out for this dude. Anybody recognizes him? That's funny. All right, cool. So that was this room. There's only one other thing in here that might be interesting to look through, and that's this bag, which looks like it has a trail register in it. Tells you about the people who stay here. Yeah, it looks like people have been here as recently as March 21st. Today is the 24th, so just a few days ago. I don't want to shoot the book too close because it has some identifying information about the cabin in it, but people just kind of write, oh, really nice staying here, beautiful cabin, well-maintained, loved it. And you can see, flipping through it, there's a lot of entries in this notebook. So people have been staying here. The first entry in this book is from 2015, so pretty well used. Nice, and then, I don't know who the SV Misfits, I wonder if that stands for Saline Valley. Oh, here's another book. Ray Bradbury. Oh, that's cool. So if you want to read scary stories. Oh, wow. Oh, look, there's even more old trail registers here from... Oh, look, this one is from '02. I'm not zooming in super close because I'm afraid it'll give identifying information. And I know how the people are at these cabins. They really don't like people giving away the location because, you know, then they're afraid people are going to come up here and just trash the place. So I have to respect that. Look at this. This is a good one, though. I wish I could zoom in on it. It says, very first shotgun. Man, it's loud, heavy, and powerful. My grandpa, my dad, brother, and finally my sister came with us. I could only stay for 3 days because my sister has to go back to work and I have to go back to school. Anyways, we would wake up early in the morning, eat breakfast, then head out for the mines, hiking, all sorts of things. We would practically be gone all day. Then we would come back here and listen to music and hang out and have a lot of laughs. Well, I hope to come here soon, and next time, hopefully, I will stay for a week, and hopefully my sister can come back with us. She's fun to have around. Cute, some teenage girl. Oh, I see. The entry actually starts down here. She shot her very first shotgun. That's what that was about. Yeah, a lot of Second Amendment enthusiasts stay at these cabins. So, I might have to edit this video because it's really hard to keep the name of this cabin out of the footage. Generally, I'm of two minds about that kind of thing. Like, I like sharing cool stuff. Like, I don't want to keep everything a secret and be a hog, but I also don't want to make it too easy. I feel like there should be a little bit of a hunt involved. If you want to find one of these places, you should have to work at it a little bit. So what I typically do in my videos is I try not to show any identifying information, but you can probably figure it out if you're really dedicated from certain little clues that are given away inadvertently. Hopefully that doesn't irritate people too much. I mean, I really do respect these places and want to preserve them, but I'm sure there's people out there who hate me anyways. Like, you can't please everybody. Okay, now let's go in the second room. I guess this is sort of like the kitchen because it has that big prep area. And then look at this really neat old bread box. Wow. Look at that logo, bread. That's neat. Somebody put that in here. And then there's paper towels and toilet paper in here. I guess it's rat proof. Oops, make sure I close it right. Don't want any kangaroo rats to get in there and eat the paper towels. And a few more supplies in here. There's really not a lot of supplies laid in this cabin. Like I was saying earlier, some of the cabins I've been to have like cans of soup and ramen and water. This one doesn't have a ton, but it's still very tidy and it's got enough stuff to keep you comfortable for a night. Look, there's even a cot with a mattress. Cleaning materials, a couple bowls, not much in the way of dishes, some bottles. It looks like there's some isopropyl alcohol. I guess it's still good if you really want to drink. Some soap, some decorations. Oh, look, anti-George Soros. What a surprise. They don't like the BLM and they don't like George Soros. Color me shocked. I don't know, man. Call me crazy. I don't understand why everyone's so afraid of George Soros. Like, nothing he's done has impacted my life. Apparently he's like he's the new boogeyman. People hate him. And then look at this cabinet here. Oh wow, there's some little few supplies in here. Looks like some napkins, some matches, coffee filters, soap, rope, little plates. Oh wow, cool. Lighter fluid back there. Neat. There's a little bit of water and some Ajax type stuff, a little bit of water. Enough to really get you by in an emergency, I'd say. Oh, it looks like one of those water jugs is leaking. Yikes. Okay, and here's one of my favorite things about this cabin. It says right on the door, make yourself at home. So cool. Wow, what a cool little cabin. I love it. You know what I think would be funny is if George Soros came and stayed at this cabin and put a bunch of money into fixing it up. See what these people would say then. That'd be interesting, but I doubt he ever will. Anyways, I think there's one more thing to check out at this cabin. My friend said there was a really cool patio back here, but it's gonna be really windy outside. Okay, now we're gonna check out this little patio here real quick. Look at this, more of this awesome stonework. Somebody really did spend a lot of time doing this. Oh wow, look at this little walkway. This is so cool. Leads up to this really beautiful little patio. You could have an awesome sunset cocktail out here. Have your chairs set up and look out over this amazing view. Oh, that'd be awesome. Man, I sure would love to have a sunset cocktail out here, but like I said, we're going to another cabin that's supposed to be even nicer. So if that other cabin happens to be occupied, then this is going to be our plan B. So I can think of a lot worse places to stay for a plan B. So we'll see. If my luck holds, I'll be back here in time for sunset. If not, I'll be having my sunset cocktails at another cabin. But in the meantime, this place is really cool. I would definitely come back here again and stay stay for a week like that one girl that we were reading about in the notebook. Go hiking, exploring, shoot your shotguns off. It'd be awesome. But okay, I'm gonna close this door. It's so windy out here. Don't want anything to get messed up or the place to get filled up with tumbleweed. All right, now we're gonna get in my friend's car and go look for this other cabin. So stay tuned. Let's see what happens next in the beautiful Mojave Desert.